This week on Nation's Business, we highlight a successful story of one of the many government initiatives brought about through a partnering program with a non-government organization, the People's Community Network. This project looks into how families are finally getting a home of their own. In Fiji, 15% of Fiji's population live in squatter settlements. The Central Division recorded the highest number of people living in squatters. Approximately 18,600 people are living in squatter settlements in Nasinu, while Suva has 22,174 squatting, making it the highest in terms of informal settlements.
We have been given notice 5 or 6 times to move from here. Since then, the Ministry of Lands came here, have a meeting with us, and just they told us that the government will give us some land somewhere.
I came from Rembi since 1999. From that time, I stay here till now.
Yo, sekitar bici lomai bunamai na cingkadio bitu sangabulu kaba. Kita lola kumaya. Kita bita mana titi. Kita nanuma ni namai. Ya, sembo ngona rotok bikema mi sembo le binakana ambola se solele na bika kimusta nangonya.
The total population for those living in informal settlement is about 25% of the total population of Fiji. So that's equivalent to 290,000. So it is not very small, it's a very huge number. And in terms of squatter settlement, there's about 220 settlement back in 2007, and with the development for secure land tenure, I think the government and PCN, we have secure land for about 10 of those squatter settlements. So it has been reduced in terms of the number of settlement. From 220 settlement, now it's only 210.
In 2011, government made the decision of relocating families in Naivitayava, Wailea and Jitu Estate to places like Lomaivuna in Naitasiri, Nativi in Ra, Nalatawa in Ba and Maumi in Tailevu.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. So we are farmers too, but we have to move here from Lambasa just because of this land issue. And if we are really located to farming areas, well, we can manage there.
Doni lala lebi kemi mina chungo ina tauneria kemi mila kuma iwana punin titi sabi na kami kemi sa sukalista mebka ni ngono sabi na kasara na isa uni kakan na maketi balai na ngone asyang na ngono sa chiko katakan na jinja iso talena ka na ngone asya sang sara na market sabi na kan titi ya sang na market ya ngo sabi na sa biro robina sara na mo wada punin titi kenabika ona rawata mena titi.
Like where I'm staying, it's sometimes can be hard, sometimes can be easy. But lastly, like not like last year and the other years, everything is expensive, and sometimes we can't afford if the electricity bill and the water bill comes. And even when we paid our rent, for the same time, we can't afford it.
It's a good idea. Better to go back, to move us to our family. Because living in the urban areas is very hard.
Mana orang tu biasa cara apa? Mungkin sindan labu tu biasa orang boleh turun gunggel, boleh start off kena apa? Pengenalan orang biasa tu.
On the western side of Vitilevu, this number is also high, with almost 80,000 people living in squatter settlements. Lautoka, on the other hand, has 42 communities, Nandi 13, Singatoka 11, Ba 8, and Rakiraki with 3. In the northern division, Lambasa has 7 communities living in informal settlements, while Levuka and Savusavu each have 4. With the new national policy on housing, the Department of Housing under the Ministry of Local Government has been implementing its programs, which includes the innovative squatter upgrading program.
The area of development, because one of the main concern for those in squatter settlement is the insecure of land tenure, and the other one is better housing and also unemployment. So those are three main issues arise from squatter settlement. So when we talk about development, when the money given to PCN, we directed to those main areas. So the first one was the housing scheme.
This year, government had allocated $0.7 million for the project, which aims to alleviate poverty, particularly for those living in these communities. The ongoing project this year includes Lomaivuna and Vanuakula in Naitasiri, Maumi in Tailevu, Nativi in Ra, and Nalatawa in Ba. More than 150 households from these areas will benefit from the program.
This has been my common message when I visit the rural areas. Life in the urban areas is not easy, because from the time you go to sleep till the time you wake up, everything is paid for. So sometimes people think that there's money in the urban areas, but to tell people in the rural areas, please utilize your land and make sure that when you farm for commercial purposes. Don't just farm to eat today and die tomorrow.
This project is one of the many successful projects targeted at uplifting the standard of living for those families through agricultural training under government's Sustainable Income Generating Project.
I think one of the things that they've been saying, this is the first time that they've seen any government to come down and support them, because they've been in the squatter settlement for, as I mentioned, 30 some to 50 years. But when they were given this opportunity, it's like a dream coming true, or it's like a fairy tale story. I think one of the things that they've been telling us, they're saying, please, for all those in squatter settlement, if they are unemployed, put them back to utilize the land. Because in squatter settlement, PCN is not supposed to be tolerating unemployment. If they are unemployed, there's an employment opportunity through farming.
Working together with the community network, they are part and parcel of building their own homes. Yeah, we had an MOA with TPF then, which they had to learn how to build houses, the plumbing work, the electrical wiring, and they are the owners. They build their own homes. Yeah.
The program to rehabilitate the lives of people living in squatter settlements came into effect under the first ever National Housing Policy, which is aimed at mainstreaming all squatter settlements, preventing their future formation, and will enable all sections of the communities to have access to housing.
One of the things that we try and emphasize is that you cannot just sit down and be helped. You have to stand up and do something. And the one thing that all the members of PCN are doing is saving. So first of all, they should start saving, and then not just save for the sake of dinner in the later stage. It's saving for the betterment of your children in the future. So once you start saving, then you have to also prioritize the values in your family. So if you save and you prioritize other things like the church, the vanua, I think you are missing the point. You have to value family first. So that is the thing that we are emphasizing to people, to save and also to prioritize their family.
Ni mereka ko ni laksomai na bibotor tek salak chungo sarang chiberto na People's Community Network na local government libuna kasa na kau deken baka na IT center na babina ka teknik kurbuli kon baka na kango ko babu na me kucur me boyo yo itawni ra numira na mai kuni ken na rara o bombota ni kanga mera reda Pwede binang na tawang ngarangan reba, mera ni kau dai ken bira, mera ka ko ni rasir so mai. Sa roch kito mana, toga kito mana, kito sa bilis tele nambulanga, nda ambulu bina kiliu, mera ni robina kinabi ka andangan reba. Sa ken liu.
The National Housing Policy, launched back in 2011, provides a clear strategic direction to the state to ensure recommended legal, administrative, and capacity building structural changes in the housing sector are made to ensure affordable housing for people. Government's objective in creating employment opportunities and income-generating projects for Fijians is paying dividends for a group of families assisted by government and the People's Community Network. In this segment, Nation's Business visits former squatter settlers who are now enjoying their everyday life in a village-setting environment in Lomaivuna, Naitasiri. This group of families settled in Lomaivuna in 2011 through the assistance of government and the People's Community Network.
I'll thank the government and the People Community Network for this project, so I can see the big changes. They build one nice house and they provide the land. For me, it's a big deal. For me, I have to say to the thanks for the local government and the People Community Network and the partnership for this project.
Dona kau si virtume na matintu ditingo, matintu ni beri marama. Owa bina pale buna tu ni kuluno nombola no na bivortek. Roni ranun mikino irna pambir na tuna squatters irna robunroba irna siniroka.
Yo wa bima tanga wali buna matintu batani song na pisien. Ni rauni mbo kawai tu mebigi mami na tu mena bono an robunroba. Kile libutu ni kena bosombe ka baba langi rodo tu na squatters mba. Ka mbadi mbo kawai tu kena la matintu kena song bilango ni robunroba na pisien na kutiki mami maindo ni tibutuba. Arwa baruta ka meroni ki mi ba tiguri tigina meroni mbo vagali tegina na bulan robunroba. Kwa rede ki memi ke to me tukini kena bunongolo me buna ka keni na kilibunga meroni ke to me te ba sona tiningela meroni ke to mbo rawatu kini sonaka.
The 5 families were moved from their settlements and relocated to Lomaivuna to carry out agricultural activities as a form of employment.
Firstly, we are trying to do away with poverty, so we are trying to bring them into this farming area so they can earn income, at the same time provide for their children needs.
Meet 49-year-old Petro Valau from Lao, who was squatting in Wailoko Suva and was relocated to the farming community of Lomaivuna.
I was lucky. I joined the People's Community Network, and they were working with the government, and thanks to the Prime Minister for giving us this opportunity for these 5 acres of land, and I'm very thankful to them.
Since 2011, Petero and other families were given 2 hectares of land by landowners from Natavea in Naitasiri to plant ginger. In 2012, when the 5 families harvested their 2-hectare ginger, they received more than $20,000.
We are quite mindful whom we pick to be graduated here, so that we know that he is going to be the example for those who will be graduated from, or those who are going to be in the...
Now, Mr. Valau has a 5-acre piece of land farming cabbage, cassava, watermelons and dalo.
So it's a very, very, very hard place. You should have money to eat, to pay your electricity, everything. But here, If there's no money, you still can survive. On the farm, everything is free. And we are lucky.
Through the assistance of the People's Community Network, these group of families are now enjoying every bit of their stay in their farm. Now these families are preparing for another ginger planting season. This will be different as families will have to plant on their own piece of land. And after the harvest, income generated from the sale will be directed to them individually.
Before we do it as a whole group, that 20,000+, no, 20,000, $20,000 that we earned from there was a collective. Now we have empowered them. Okay, you do. No, they have progress. While they are farming, they are progressing. Last week, that farmer there, Peter, he harvested his cabbage, about 350 bundles of cabbage for $1 each, and he gets it.
Nunggu tak itu tinundul, matang singi mati nunggu mengitiang wanatin. Baksau ti tolungan nunggu blok kali usar kong. Tolungu blok kaya ndulu runan rawal songuna nunggu sendi. Aunque maru tu nakaban ni blok menunggu ti kusara wutungu. Komenati kita bikin wanatin nunggu. Bili kinorto na servizo tingu batiki ko.
The 5 families have now invested more than $25,000 at the Unit Trust of Fiji after their first group harvest of ginger last year.